You have been visualizing, but nothing changed. I know that you've already tried visualization, affirmations, vision boards, and that kind of things, but they're not helping. Nothing is changing in your reality. And I know that because I've been there. I've tried to change my identity by visualizing myself acting as my new identity. But the problem is that those tools are not identity shifters. They will never help you jump from your current identity to the new identity. They are tools to expand an identity, but not to shift identities. You can expand your identity, you can make your dreams more vivid, or you can have the plan or strategy clearly in your mind, what to do, what to execute, how to think properly about the things you have to do. But they are not tools to jump from the old identity into the new identity. So the thing you want to do is not expanding this identity. Your goal is to jump into the new identity, and then you can visualize and do whatever you want to expand the new identity and make it stronger, so there is no chance you jump back into the old identity. I forgot to say something. When you try to visualize and do these affirmations or vision boards from your current identity, the problem is that you are expanding your current identity, and you don't want to expand your current identity. You want to jump into the new one and expand the new one. But you keep visualizing affirmations and these things while being your current self. And that basically is stating and making true the fact that you are not the new identity and you are doing things to become the new identity. So, in summary, you're not the new identity. You are the current identity trying to become the new one. Now, the thing is, you don't want to do this gradual change. You want to just jump into the new identity and embody it. That's why the following clips of this video explain to you how to do that. That's my goal in this video. Now, you have a brain, and the brain lives in the world. But why do you have an identity? Why do you have automatic behaviors? That is because you want to save energy. Energy in the body is finite, so you have to automate processes. That's why you have automated actions. That is your identity. Your identity is basically a model of yourself that you use to design your actions quickly and spend low amounts of energy in that action of design. So basically your brain creates a model of reality. What's a model? A model is a simplification of reality that helps you predict the future and solve problems spending low amounts of energy. This diagram right here is a model. This is a simplification. The brain is too complex to try to understand it in one video of 20 minutes, and actually it's impossible no matter the amount of time you are given, because the brain is not cognitively skilled to contemplate all the dynamic variables that constitute the mind, right? So that's why we simplify reality, and the brain does the exact same thing with reality, because reality is a phenomenon that has infinite variables, and they are dynamic. They change all the time. So you have to simplify reality as well. Now, the way the brain simplifies reality is by creating a model that contains a small model that is your identity and another small model that is your environment. Your identity is basically who you think you are. This is like your personality. You act basing on what you think about yourself. And your environment is the info you have about the environment. If you think walking down the streets is dangerous, that's just your brain with a model of reality that has that information. That may be true, that may be false, but that's what you believe is true. You may think that money is scarce or abundant. Actually, it doesn't matter, because your behavior is conditioned by a belief of abundance or scarcity. If you believe money is scarce, you won't work hard to make money because you think you will fail. If you think money is abundant, you will work extremely hard because you know it's easy to make, so there is a chance for you to be successful, and the chance is extremely high. So your beliefs about yourself and about your environment are not true or false, but they do condition your behavior, and your behavior is what makes things true or false. So what I like to say is, there is no such thing as a delusional model of reality or as an accurate model of reality. You cannot have a model of reality that is accurate or delusional. You just interpret reality in some way. And then you act basing on that interpretation of reality that will make the things you believe in true in the physical plane. Now, the brain basically uses this model of reality to behave. If you want to be more technical, I won't expand here, but basically what the brain does is create a prediction of the future. And from this prediction, you design your actions. And your actions, of course, bring you outcomes. Right? So, I want to focus here. How do you change your identity so then you can expand your new identity? Basically, you have to become aware of one fact. I need you to become aware of one fact. Thoughts are not true or false. Thoughts just are. Every time a thought pops up in your mind, showing you failure, negativity, violence, whatever, that you don't like, that you know is bad for you, you don't believe it. You throw it away. You discard the thought. You stop giving attention to the thought. Every time you focus on a thought, that thought grows, it gets reinforced, and then it becomes part of your model of reality and it multiplies. So you get more thoughts of that nature. If you believe or if you reinforce positive thoughts about yourself and you start ignoring all thoughts that were negative, you will become a positive person. You will get a right model of reality, you will change your identity, and you will accomplish all your dreams. Now, I know it feels unnatural to ignore negative thoughts because they seem to be true. That's the problem. They are tricky because they lie to you. Negative thoughts pop up in your mind, and you believe they have a justification to be there, and they can explain to you and justify why you are that bad person, that unsuccessful person, that not smart person, that negative, bad, low-level person. But the thing is, your thoughts are the cause of the effects you get. And those thoughts are trying to explain that because of the effects you get on your daily basis, you have to keep being that cause. That's nonsense. The effects you see around you are things of the past, are things that generated the past self that you used to be. Now, in the present moment, the only thing that matters, you are generating the effects that will come in the future. So, you have to ignore the negative thoughts that come to your mind. No matter what, you don't have to justify why you are not that negative person, why you are not that low-level person. You don't have to find a justification. You don't have to create evidence. You don't have to make millions to believe you are a smart person. You just have to be. You just have to believe you are a smart person and like elite level operator person. You are like extremely smart, confident, socially skilled. You are skilled in general. You are interesting. You are attractive, or whatever you want to believe of yourself. You just believe it. You don't need a justification. Reinforce those thoughts and you will see how they get manifested. When they get manifested, it's much easier because it feels natural and you have evidence around you that reinforces your beliefs. But first, you have to embody something internally to create something externally. And that makes sense. If you want to create something externally, you want to create something internally first. That's like something that sounds perfectly logical. So, how do you create something internally first? By ignoring thoughts that are from the past, thoughts that you used to believe in the past and brought you your current effects. But you don't want your current effects, you want to change those. That's why you are here, trying to change your life, to manifest all your desires. So you start ignoring those thoughts just because we're not going to be here explaining anything else, but only the fact that your model of reality is not delusional or accurate. That means that the negative thoughts are not delusional or accurate, and the new thoughts are not delusional or accurate, but they will get manifested into the physical plane. So, step 2. Step 2, guys, embody the new identity. Once you understood that your thoughts are not true or false, you just embody your new identity. That's simple. It's that simple. You just embody it. You just believe you are that person, you start behaving that way, and you start reinforcing the neuronal pathways and memories that constitute your new identity. When you do that, you are weakening the old neuronal pathways that constitutes your old identity, and over time, they will be so weakened to the point that you will not even think of being this old person, this old identity. But in the beginning, you have to be aware of your thoughts and feel uncomfortable for a bit, embodying your new identity even though your results are not that great. Maybe you look extremely confident. You believe of yourself you are extremely smart. Maybe you believe of yourself you will be extremely successful. But you have nothing. You did nothing. Maybe you did nothing in the past. But scrolling and maybe studying a little bit or working, you have a job you don't like or whatever. But the thing is, if you don't create something internal first, you will never create something external. It's as simple as the principle of cause and effect. If you don't become the cause of the effects you want, you will never generate those effects. So when you become the new identity, you can start visualizing and doing that kind of things. But you have to do it from here. You cannot visualize from here because you will be expanding this old identity, and this old identity you will be expanding specifically the fact that you are not your new identity, and you visualize to try to close the gap. But what you want to do is not walk around the path. You just want to jump. You just want to jump into the new identity. You just embody the new identity like a suit. So I really hope this helped. I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. I'm learning. This is like my journey. I'm learning how to teach this. I found this extremely interesting. I've been studying this for the last 2 years, and I've been applying this knowledge. So I really, really, really hope you feel like you can do it now, because you can. You have a brain, and your brain is a beautiful machine. You can do whatever you want, and maybe this sounds a little bit cliche, but you have infinite power, because humans achieved many great things in this world, and you have the same machine as everybody. So if you learn how to use that machine, you will become unstoppable. Just embody the new identity.